Glory to Ukraine, glory to brave Ukrainian army. Ukraine stands. Ukraine's fighting against a terrorist state, Russia terrorist state, for the whole democracy in the world. They continue to bombarding us, bombarding civil people. And this is in the middle of winter. This year, current year, it's very severe, not maybe severe, it could be even worse, but still a lot of frosts. Temperature is really low under the Celsius, and a lot of snow, a lot of winds, and situation, I would say, pretty hard for many people in different cities. On the screen you could see Double Delight Rose. This is hybrid tea, and this is one of the most prominent roses among aromatic, among perfumed ones. And if you love roses with very strong fragrance, this one is definitely a very good variant to add into your collection and to plant and to have a joy while looking at her and while smelling her, and while watching this beauty. In addition to its very strong and intense fragrance, you could see that she is very beautiful. Here a couple of colors combined in one flower. Most area, or the biggest area of the petals, it is in the a buttery, yellowy, creamy white color, and edges they are very rich red or even pink red. But during the sun exposure and or the longer she will be flowers separately will be under the sun. On the sunny days, the more red flower will become. And at the end, you will see this also on the screen. Flower will be completely red, or pinky red, or red pink, or almost completely. But at the beginning of the blooming, it's strictly visible that we have combination of contrast color here. Flower itself, it's pretty big in size. I would say even large, because we have different size of big could be seen in our roses. You see that she has pretty many petals, and they are formed in very neat and tidy and very pretty flower. And this flower, it will be opened very not at the beginning and right now, but it will be open day by day, and it will stay in this position for many days. This is not the variety, this is not a flower that will end in 1 or 2 days. No, she will live on the bush for even a week. And of course, first of all, it will depend on the conditions or on the care, on the actions you provide for this rose while caring about it, and first of all, this hybrid tea bush, it could grow even 150 centimeters high, and as you could guess, it needs very enough watering. It needs very generous watering, especially when there is a very sunny, very hot weather, and day by day we have this hot weather. Then if we will not provide enough watering, if we will not provide enough water for this bush, the flower will not have strength to bloom for such a long period, and of course this beauty will be not so long lasting. But if we provide enough watering in advance, especially, then flower will bring a lot of joy to us. You could imagine, and I am definitely truly confirm this, that if you will cut this flower, even one flower, and put it into a bucket of other roses or other plants or other flowers and put it inside the house, you will note and you will feel the strongest possible fragrance you could feel. Very, very intense, very, very interesting, very sweet one with some maybe spices. And yeah, very, very, I would say, pleasant one. Now you see that the same flower, it was initially with distinct contrast or indistinct contrasting colors. Now color is mostly red one. This transferring to the red color, it's very, very also nice and nice looking. It's not ugly, it's very, very pleasant. Bush itself, it has a very, very good habit of growth. It's very well branching, and it's susceptible to diseases. But if you can at least maybe apply some at least biopesticides or bio fungus, then it will be showing pretty well. It will behave pretty well, and as I have mentioned, it's pretty high for the hybrid tea and branch. They are strong. They are very yeah flowers. They look upright, and that makes this variety applicable for different floristic aims. Of course, the flower is not so so full comparing to other floristic variants, so maybe this will not be so long lasting in cut state, but still for yourself to bring some joy while bucketing it, I would say it will suit. And this variety, it could be of course planted in the middle of your area of your yard, and this will be an accent because as I have mentioned, it's very interesting and she is very nice looking in any color variants, either this one which you can see now or that previous one which was mostly red one. And while sun conditions or during sunny days, this contrast will be even more distant, and this yellow color, this middle, it will be almost or like some flashlight from inside the flowers, from the middle of the flower. This impression of flashlight, it's very, very noticeable and very interestingly looking. Of course, this is a perfect variant for some wild nature insects like bees and beetles and bumblebee and etc, etc. And if you care about this wild nature, you could also plant for them, especially for bees, because of its fragrance. Of course, it it is the aim of bees to fly over her and to catch what they need to catch. Yeah, this flower, it yeah, it has repeating bloom, and it could bloom here in Ukrainian weather conditions. It could bloom in two ways, maybe in some regions even in three flushes, but mainly here into flushes. It's very easy in care because this is hybrid tea, and it's very easy to prune it either during spring pruning or the same during summer pruning. And it is very good replying to or feeling or comfortably feeling after nutrition. So the more or at least if you will provide enough nutrition to this variety during spring or during repeating flush, she will of course demonstrate the best sides and will be very generous. Of course, she will not be as generous as, for example, David Austin roses, or Canadian rose selection, but still for hybrid group or type of roses, she behaves very, very nice. And of course, she will be one of the most prominent roses in your rose garden. Yeah, you have to take into account her height, because yeah, she could impress by how high she could grow, especially comparing to other hybrid tea varieties or even floribunda varieties. But I would say that here the height of rose, it also depends on the region, on the soils, on the conditions, on the care, etc., etc. So yeah, this was Double Delight. This was hybrid tea, a very prominent, very fragrant, very interesting one. And I would be grateful if you will share your thoughts about this variety, your experience with this variety, and would be grateful for any feedback under the video, any comments, any activity. Till the next video, and bye.